Hello and good evening, everyone. Thank you so much. There we go. I can actually talk. For tuning in to tonight's stream. I truly appreciate it. It is good to have you here. Take a sip of my water right away. Please ignore my cat freaking out in the background like he usually does this time of night. Welcome into the second consecutive night of a Can I Recreate stream. Good to have you here. And following our theme of kind of iconic or more famous incidents that I've tried attempting in the past but never quite got completed, we are following that up with another one that I haven't tried as many times as the Tony Stewart one from yesterday, but I have done a stream way back when it was like episode 100-something for my live streams. But that is Robert Pressley's spectacular blowover 360 flip, landing back on his wheels in the opening laps of the 1997 Daytona 500. And that is what we are going to be doing today. Let me pull up my chat so I can actually see what you guys are saying. What is up, everyone? Tuning in on both YouTube and Twitch. Good to have you here on whichever platform you are viewing from. Resume save race, yes. Because I have the settings pretty similar to what I want. Alright, so like yesterday's wreck, this is one where aerodynamics is important. We need a blowover. Not only do we need a blowover, we need to do a little 360 up and over and land back on our wheels. Got our little CBS ticker we're rocking. Appreciate you all tuning in. I'll try to get some shout-outs in, but I apologize if I missed anyone. Got T-Bone Trevor over on Twitch. Plotagon, Sketch Games, The Band, Noah, Aiden, Magdalena, Jesus, iRacing Fan, appreciate y'all tuning in. I might have to blow my nose shortly. Just realized I have a slight sniffle. I want to get rid of. So, at the time of this particular wreck, it was the opening laps of the 97 Daytona 500. I can't remember exactly which lap it was. Robert Pressley was battling in the pack around P15. They were a few laps in, and by that point, the top 5 or 10 or so had stretched out to single file, but most of the pack behind them were still battling double file. So we're going to go one lap around to get up to speed, and then on the second lap on the backstretch is when we will do our attempt. And if I'm remembering correctly from the replay, he made contact with Terry Labonte. And I see Terry Labonte up there. He's in the lead, so he's a little bit too far ahead to make contact with back here. But I believe he's running a Chevy. So if we see any other Chevys back here we could try to make contact with in place of Terry, then we could switch the TGA files after we have the replay saved. You guys know how it goes. But if not, we can just try spinning ourselves. It's not that big of a deal. It's more or less the flip that's the important part in this reenactment rather than the contact. I know the pack's not going to be perfect. They were a bit more spread out, single file up front, but we're not going to wait like the full 10 laps like they did. All right, so we're going to wiggle a little bit and then spin out, downshift. Oh, good landing. Don't come into traffic. Oh, big hit. All right, I need to spin a little bit more before I downshift. So now that I got my H-pattern shifter, I'm able to do a nice quick downshift in either first or reverse to get that on-purpose spin that we want. I think that might have been a little too soon. And yeah, we came back up into the pack. That was not supposed to happen. That is a big fat next. Destin, Brady, Hayden, the band, Tsunami, DNG, Northwest Cup Series. Appreciate you all tuning in. I apologize if I'm blinking a lot. I accidentally napped in my contacts earlier, so now my eyes are all dried out. I don't want to take my contacts out, though. I'll do that tonight before I go to bed. Yeah, this damage model is amazing. You love to see it. So there's not too many Chevys around where I am at. I guess we got a 33 back there. But right around 15th, there's not many Chevys. We got Terry up here. This is who I believe Pressley made contact with in real life. But yeah, we not too many Chevys back here around 15th where the 29 was running at the time of the accident. Yeah, if you didn't catch my announcement in yesterday's stream, I will be running with the Drive-Thru Racing Ventures team. I will be running the 24 hours of Daytona here in a couple weeks. Got my new setup. I got my new computer. I am all ready to go. Just recently took my pedals apart and cleaned those all out good, so I got no more spiky pedals. Hey, what's up, Trap? Try to back off a little bit. It's around 15th or so. So like I said, I know the pack isn't going to be perfect. I know they're a little bit more single file, especially out front at the time of the accident, but I'm not sitting there waiting like the 10 laps it takes for us to get a little bit spread out. Alright, so I make contact. Brake. Ooh, that was pretty good. I don't know, we'll have to take a look. As DT would say, we'll take a look. Although, since I downshifted to first, my engine's gone, so I can't start rolling along that inside wall like he did after he landed. I don't know if I kind of looped all the way around. I might have just gotten airborne and come back down. I don't know if I did quite a 360. Yeah. Yeah, it was in the right direction, but it was not quite as airborne as I needed it to get. Good first attempt, though. I'm pleased with that. I landed basically right in the same spot. Land and then do a bounce or two before going into the grass. I should have drifted a little bit more this way because he ended up a little bit closer to that inside wall by the time he stopped rolling.
Restart.
Not necessarily good enough to save, but it's a good starting point. Yeah, can we get some love for this paint scheme? The Scooby-Doo and Cartoon Network paint scheme. Cartoon Network Wacky Racing. Oh, it would help if I shifted, wouldn't it? God, look at how awesome the cockpit is in this mod. They even have the TV dashboard labels for the drivers that identify the drivers and the sponsors. Car number. Modern day NASCAR could never. It would just be plastered with a zillion Cartoon Network stickers on the inside. You'd never see his name. What was my favorite stream I did? I have no idea. It's a good question. This one. This is my favorite. I don't know, maybe the 24 hours, maybe that, maybe the Moon Vision Invitational that I won. Maybe that Indy 500 one in iRacing last June or May, whenever that was. Good question. I'm not sure. I don't know if there'd be a single favorite. Instead of saying next, I should say Zoink Scoop. If I remember, I'll try. Oh, no. Let me back in the inside line, please. Let me back in the inside line, please. No! Oh, I guess we're doing another lap. So I can get back into the inside line. Oh! Maybe not. As Ron Burgundy would say, that escalated quickly. I was trying to get down to the bottom. The AI would not let me down to the bottom. Got bounced off the wall. Then getting off the wall, just barely clipped the 33, and it was on from there. It's a pretty realistic looking wreck. Let's see that from the spectator cam. Spectator's point of view. Get T-boned by the 16. Is that Bodine? No. Yes? No? Who's in the 16? Who was in the 16? Ted Musgrave. Let's get on board of his perspective before we move on to the next attempt. Or I should say the Zoid Scoop attempt. Boom. Alright. That is a big fat next. As Brick would say, I love Lamp. That's such a good movie. Is that old enough? Like 15 years now? I think that movie came out in like 2005 or 6. Is that old enough to be considered a classic at this point? Shoot. Go, 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 go. Unlike the pace lap for the Can I Recreate we did yesterday, I don't have the cars set to go like 150, so I don't have to worry about gassing it right off the bat every single time. 2004. It's going on 20 years old, yeah. Holy Jesus. There's a stat to make you feel old. Anchorman is now like officially considering going on 20 years old. I'd say 17 can be considered going on 20. Alright, back off a little bit. He wasn't this close to the front. He's around 15th. There's about 10, 12 cars single file up front. And then in the first little group of cars that were double files where he made contact with Terry Labonte and got sent out of control. What stream did the next thing come from? I could not tell you. I have no idea. It kind of just started early on. I don't know if it developed in a one particular stream or over the course of multiple, but my fans, my viewers would probably know the answer to that question better than I would. But yeah, I could not tell you which particular stream or streams it originated from. Alright, I know they're not single file up front, but we'll make do with what we have. Alright, contact is made. That's pretty good. Let's see if we got any more airborne than the last time.
The yellow flag is out.
Let's try to see if we can end up facing the right way. Yes. Our engine's dead because we had to downshift. We had to money shift it to spin out real quickly, but at least we end up facing the right way. Let's take a look at the replay now. That's the onboard from the last one. There we go. Oh, darn it. It's closer, I'd say. That was pretty close to being a full-on nose stand. What do you guys say? Is that one worth saving? Yes, no. Maybe so. If, yeah, what should I'll save it. Trying to think what I can do with the settings to get a little bit more airborne. Like, can I crank the wind up? Can I crank the temperature down a little bit more? Should I be turning or hitting the brakes or any particular way when I'm in the air to get the car to rotate? I have no idea how that all works. If you can kind of manipulate the car while you're in midair, depending on what you do with the steering or the gas. Alright, save. You can see I already got a couple just basically for the thumbnail. Robert Pressley. Who's that? Flip. Attempt. 1. Alright, let's try a couple more times, and we can maybe try tweaking the track file a little bit. Make the wind blow forward down the backstretch. It's a good idea. I need to figure out which direction that would be. Does anyone know which direction I'd need to enter in the settings in the track INI to have the wind going directly down the Daytona front stretch, or back stretch, excuse me. Wow. You love doing wrecks and saves from the movie Cars. I do. It's been a little bit. Kind of died down with along with the Cars 3 hype after that summer of 2017. Yes. The movie Cars, especially the first one, has a very fond place in my heart. I enjoyed that movie very much as a kid, or as a young teenager. I think I was like 13 or 14 when that came out. What was that, 2006? So yeah, I would have been 13 or 14 when that came out, yep. Lower the grip a little. I honestly don't think I've touched the grip. See, we're already going a little bit faster than we would have been in real life. So we're in like the mid 200s at the end of the backstretch. They wouldn't be any higher than the upper 190s at this point. But if we're off just by a few percent as far as speed goes, for the sake of getting airborne easier, it is what it is. Alright, we're coming up into position. Alright, make contact. That didn't quite go as planned. We landed so hard we tipped ourselves over. Whoops. I don't know if we've done that before. Oh, we got up really high that time too, but then we just landed and then boom. We're lucky we weren't more in the grass when we started tumbling, because that would have been a wild ride. If we were a little bit more down here when we started tumbling, that would have been crazy. Shaggy looks genuinely frightened from what he just went through. Zoink scoop. Alright, next. Or should I say, next. Ooh, Sloppy's streaming right now. If he's still streaming once we're done, we can maybe raid old Sloopy. It is Twitch after all. We gotta call him Sloopy. It's tradition. When you are headed down the backstretch, looks like you are heading northeast. Probably need a hellacious amount of turning to get that 360 in. Air-wise, less grip. How does that make sense? We need less grip in the air? Am I missing something? Sloppy's not streaming? Are my Twitch notifications on my phone lying to me? After this attempt, drive backwards. We'll see. Have patience. We'll do backwards big one eventually. Look at all these paint schemes from this era. Gorgeous. I mean, even just the cars that aren't talked about too much, like that 30, that Pennzoil. Oh, he is streaming. So my notifications weren't lying to me. I don't know if I've ever tried Senior's wreck flip from the same race. Maybe I'd have to have like Ben or someone else help me with that, because I don't know if I could get an AI to squeeze me into the wall quite like Jeff did to Gordon. Or Jeff did to Gordon, there it is. Jeff did to Earnhardt. Alright.
The yellow flag is out. There's too much debris on the track. You all right?
Whoops. I did the old Rusty. Alright, so that we don't do. That I tried cranking the wheel to the left and I hit the brakes, and that's what happened in the air. Yeah, let's not do that again. Oh god, that was so realistic looking though. He starts lifting up, then the top of the car just tips over, starts tumbling, hits the grass, and just goes for an even crazier ride. Back end up against the catch fence. That was a cool looking wreck. Let's check that out from Spectator. Man, I love the physics of this game. iRacing could never with those physics. The blowovers aren't that good, and their grass grip is all weird. You can just hit the grass sideways, upside down, and just keep sliding to a stop. They should have the proper digging in and tumbling physics for the grass.
Drivers, start your engines!
Please save it. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see that. I'm sorry. I swear I wasn't ignoring. I was just in a rush to get to the next attempt. Or, sorry, the next attempt. Whoa, what was that? All the nexts are taking a toll on my voice. Back when Daytona had Lake Lloyd. Still does, buddy. It's still there. I saw it with my own two eyes. Think anyone's ever gonna get into Lake Lloyd again? Probably not. I don't know, it would take a wreck kind of along the line of Larson's 2019 Talladega flip, where he's just floating airborne heading towards the inside wall at like a super high rate of speed and somehow clears the wall and gets through the catch fence. That ain't happening. Yes, Lake Lloyd is still there, I promise. I promise. Alright, so last time I believe I cranked the wheel to the left and hit the brakes. Let's try cranking the wheel to the right and hitting the brakes. Seeing if that gives us our desired effect of kind of spinning the car around after doing the 360 and landing without tipping over and tumbling. Alright, perfect. We can always switch Terry Labonte's scheme with Jeff Gordon. Alright, crank the wheel to the right. Kind of? I didn't spin around as quickly as I should have. So that one got a little screwed up in that sense. Get the car straightened out, just facing forward for the sake of the replay if we end up using this one. Keep it rolling, even though the engine's dead.
Looks like we lost that motor.
Looks like we lost that motor. Yes, I can tell. Alright, let's see this one. I didn't quite land as hard as I should have. Film also looks quite... I think that's the right direction for what I need to do with the wheel, cranking it to the right. But I definitely needed to spin quicker. I might need a little bit more wind to kind of lift me up a little bit higher. But we're definitely going in the right direction. Yeah, Dave Stacy was the last one to flip into Lake Lloyd in 1994. Fun fact, I've recreated 2 out of the 3 wrecks involving cars going into Lake Lloyd. The other one being that I recreated was Bay Darnell. What was that, 1966? I think. Maybe. I believe. Oh, excuse me. I believe the third one that I have not reenacted yet. I want to say that was Tommy Pistone. In a year I do not know. Tommy Pistone in the year unknown. Alright, let's do this. I gotta try spinning a little quicker. We'll crank the wheel to the right again. See if we can't get any better results, because it looked like cranking the wheel to the right, that was giving us our desired effect of kind of spinning the car back around forward after we were up and kind of on our nose. Ooh, we got Terry Labonte up there on the outside. If we can get up alongside of him, that'll really add to the realism. Because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that's who Pressley made contact with in real life that sent him around. Why, hello, Terry. Fancy seeing you here. Just gonna pretend we make contact. That might have been the best one. Yeah, don't hit the wall, don't hit the wall, don't hit the wall. Darn it. Oh, I hit the wall, so I don't know if we can use this one now. And I need to spin around to face the right way. Come on, spin, spin, spin. Oh, I hit the wall. This one, that one's not going to be usable anyway. Let's see how the replay looked. It's getting closer. It's definitely getting closer. We might need a little bit more wind and to lower the temperature a little bit more. But it's definitely getting closer. Yeah, it's not perfect yet. Feels like we're getting more and more closer to kind of getting the nose directly pointed downwards. Get that full 360. That was a good landing. A nice hard landing right on the rear suspension. Boom. Yeah, we'll try a couple more before we start tweaking things in the track file. Jeez, we've been streaming over half an hour already? Feels like 15 minutes. Sloppy is streaming. Confirmed by his Twitter. Yeah, probably need a little bit more wind. Maybe a little bit more speed. But I think cranking the wheel to the right and hitting the brakes is definitely the right move as far as the proper car movement once I'm airborne. And with this awesome mod, we can get a little bit of that damage even if we don't hit anything. It's from the car slamming down. When will I drive backwards and cause a big wreck? Patience. It's usually at the end of the streams. Which hopefully it won't be for a little bit yet. Looks like you passed under yellow. You passed me under yellow. Try not to hit anyone. God, every single one of these cars in this field are gorgeous. Every single one. So once again, we're doing a lap to get up to speed, and then we're gonna do the spin coming out of 2 on lap 2. See if we can't get next to a Chevy to swap Terry Labonte's scheme with for the sake of accuracy, but it doesn't look like we got any Chevys around us. No big deal. It's fine. Looks like Gordon up there is the closest one, but shoot, I don't think I hit the brakes that time. That's why I just set back down. I cranked the wheel to the right, but I didn't hit the brakes. Is that one even worth a replay? Sure, why not? Darn it. Alright, yeah, I probably need a little bit more wind. Maybe some more. Drop the temperature down a little bit more. Someone stole Richard's car. No, this is like 5 years after the king retired. Was it Andretti driving at this point? Who was in the 43? Bobby Hamilton, according to the ticker. That was a Ricky Stenhouse reenactment right there. There's been a lot of wrecks like that where the cars have gotten way airborne but then set back down without actually completely flipping. So maybe after this one we will go into the track file and take a look at what we got. Alright, let's go, let's go. Still so weird seeing the old Daytona grandstands. They just look so tiny in comparison to the Daytona Rising ones that we got now. Just the massive triple tiered grandstands that goes across the entire front stretch. Yeah, almost up in the air is a good line. That was a classic Rick Allen moment for sure. Alright, if that front can kind of stay single file a little bit, that'd be nice for the sake of the replay. I know they're a little bit further out in front, too. They had a couple seconds on the rest of the pack. That one wasn't bad, but my engine is smoking, which... My engine still works, though. Let's keep rolling. Let's roll to the inside of the track. Let's take a look at that. I still don't think I got really upside down much. I think I just got airborne again. We're getting there. Oh, we're getting close. It's getting close. That one, I don't like how it... The engine was smoking, though. God, that's like... We're getting so close to being... Like, directly pointed upwards, downwards. Oh, we're getting there. Let's back out quickly. I will pull up the track INI. We'll drag that down here. Get out of here, fruit fly. I don't know why there's a fruit fly flying around. I swear, like, there's no trash anywhere. I don't leave dirty dishes out. Where the hell are these things coming from? Vintage. All right, let's pull up OBS. I'll show you guys what's going on here. There we go. All right, Trex. Daytona. I'm using Daytona 1999. Track. All right, let's see. Wind speed. 90 miles an hour. Got 100-mile-an-hour winds. All right, so wind direction. The default is 360. Compass heading in degrees from which wind is most likely, in this case, northwest. So 360 is northwest. So if the track goes northeast, does that mean I would rotate it 45 or 90 degrees? So would that be 90 degrees then? If we want it to be facing northeast instead of northwest. All right, let's try that. Let's see if there's any noticeable difference. Changing just the wind speed and nothing else. And I guess the direction. Just wind stuff. Nothing with the temperature, no grip. Sorry, dry contacts. Oh, pull my chat back up. There we go. This one, stream tonight, I'll probably do the same as last night, where I'll probably go at least 2.5 hours or so. But that being said, I'll probably have to take a break sometime in between. Oh my god, my back cannot handle this chair for more than like 90 minutes at a time. Yeah, good to have you all in the chat. Nice to see the chat popping off. Pretty filled up in both YouTube and Twitch. Whatever your preferred platform may be. Yeah, Scooby-Doo's already scared. One of these things shows 122 miles an hour. We got a tornado going on in Daytona. So hopefully the wind being cranked up helps us kind of twist around and do a full 360 while we're in the air. Hopefully. That's the plan, at least. These Gen 4 sound great. This is just the same sounds I use for all my other NR2003 stuff that isn't like dirt or IndyCar. So Z-Chan engine sounds. I know the link's set out. I feel weird about re-uploading other people's stuff, but if the original links are dead and they're not hosted anywhere else, I mean, gotta share them somehow. Alright, here we go. Any noticeable difference? I thought we didn't get as airborne that time. If there was any difference, it didn't seem like we got... It seemed like we got less airborne that time. Turning the wind up. Yeah, we didn't get as airborne. Let's try again. Maybe that's just a fluke attempt, but...
Drivers, start your engines!
Yeah, airborne, that I didn't get nearly as high that time. The other attempts, I was getting way higher in the air. Maybe what I did with the wind settings hurt my objective. I don't know, we'll have to keep trying. Trial and error. I still think the cranking the steering wheel to the right and hitting the brakes is the way to go as far as like getting the car to spin back around forwards. We just need to get the thing super high up in the air to where it's almost upside down in the process. Robert Pressley's a county commissioner now. That's awesome. I always love those post-NASCAR life stories. Ward Burton's off in his property, literally just fucking around with wildlife. His Twitter account's literally just him finding snakes like in his woods. Alright, let's try again with the adjusted wind settings. We'll try 3 attempts in a row. If all 3 attempts seems like we're not getting as high off the ground as we should be, we'll go back and switch it. Slow down a little bit. He wasn't quite this close to the front. Go. Alright, that one seemed better. About the same distance off the ground as my previous attempts. Alright, get straightened out in case this attempt is decent. We can save and edit it. And then he just sits there for a bit, and then he finally climbs out of the car.
In turn 1.
Let's take a look at the replay. Did we get any higher up off the ground than the previous ones? It's... I think a good indication would be that... No. God, I need to twist around more. You NR2003 experts, what can I do with the track settings to get more lift?
Drivers, start your engines!
Missed the chat. I know, Jacob, I'm sorry, but I'm trying to clean up and modernize the look of my new stream interface. What's up, VCM? Let's get around 15th. So we'll try at least one more before we try messing a couple more things. the track settings. See you later, Nintendo DS collector. Thanks for tuning in. I'm gonna turn on roof flaps. That kills the realism though. Excuse me, starting to get some hiccups now. I really want to get a good attempt at that Elliott Sailor 2003 clip. I wanted a great reenactment of that one forever. Alright, just hang out here right around 15th. Don't let Ward Burton pass me. Well, Burton. I spun out too slow.
The yellow flag is out.
Spun out too slow. Got a realistic looking crash, but not what we need for the... Didn't someone else in the 97 500 get airborne on the backstretch like that? And no, I'm not talking about Earnhardt Sr. I meant separate from Pressley, separate from Earnhardt. There was like a third car that got a little bit airborne going down the front or the back, excuse me.
Runners, start your engines.
I swear I've seen clips of that. Someone probably knows. We might be like 10-15 minutes away from the first brief intermission. It was John Andretti that got airborne in the backstretch. Was it John Andretti or was it Tony Raines? Tony Raines sounds right. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. So I think I'd know what the car looks like if I saw a replay. And here's John Andretti in the 98 right here, I believe. And that's not the car, I believe. I'll have to look it up. Oh, it was the 2001 Busch race. That was Tony Raines. Okay, so it wasn't this one. But yeah, similar wreck where he kind of floated down the backstretch. I think... Was it John Andretti? Pressley made contact with Terry Labonte. Yep. Oh, he was sitting there on his side for like 3 or 4 seconds before he finally decided to start rolling. Oh my goodness. Oh, I was like, is he gonna flip? Is he gonna flip? Is he gonna step back down his wheels? Oh, he's flipping. Oh. That was good. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it was a solid 3 seconds just sitting on the side before I actually started flipping. That was like NASCAR heat physics, kind of. Oh. Let's check that out from the helicopter view. Wait for it. 1, 2, 3. Well, it's not quite what I needed for the reenactment, so that is a big fat next.
Drivers, start your engines.
Winvo's streaming now too. Keenan is streaming, Sloppy's streaming, Cozy's streaming. So many good options to raid afterwards. Should do the Priest Kansas crash. Oh yeah, that's right. Cause who's that? VG03, one of my mods, viewers, track editor. Edited that version of the track that has the safer barrier on the inside. You're both right, Andrew and Faceless. I did a stream attempting it, but I never got a good attempt to edit and post as a finished reenactment. I want to say it was that 16 car. It was the third car that got airborne in this race. That one kind of looks familiar. Yeah, I tried Priestess Crash, but I couldn't get off the ground because the 2019 or 2020 version of Kansas that existed, for whatever reason, didn't have the safer barrier on the backstretch wall. But one of my viewers edited the new version of the track and added the safer barrier. And that way, once I hit the safer barrier, it's way easier with the tweak in the grip and the track settings to launch the car off the wall. Or launch the car into the air, hitting the wall. Ever try to recreate the big one on the front stretch today where Mark Martin flipped in the 5? I don't think so. That I believe I put into the clause of another one where I would need like assistance, either from band or drive-through, what have you. Or that, or I would just have to be Brad or one of the cars that starts the wreck and just kind of start cranking the wheel back and forth and hopefully get one of the AI cars to flip, and then whoever flips just switch that paint scheme after the fact with Martins. That Shrek ones. Again, the same thing! The exact same thing! What are the odds? We're gonna land on our roof, too. That was like the exact same wreck. Like, tumble for tumble. We landed on our roof. We landed pointing the same way. We started the flip the exact same way. What are the odds? Alright, let's see if we can do the hat trick. Let's see if we can try that exact same flip 3 times in a row. Closer reenactment of the Sadler Pocono crash. I want to, but there's no... Prior to that reconfiguration, like after that wreck, kind of in 2011 or so, 2012, whenever they kind of majorly updated the infield. I mean, prior to that wreck, it was kind of just random angles of Armco and that inside wall just built up against big piles of dirt. And there's no real versions of Pocono that exist that kind of has that, the infield walls accurate like that. Every version of Pocono is basically just that one just straight wall that comes in from far out and comes up towards the apex of turn 2.
Get ready now. Going green. Let him by. Eight cars in.
So I wanted to try that one, but yeah, that's been the biggest roadblock, is there's just no accurate Poconos where those like infield barriers are anywhere close to what they were like in real life. Do MLB reenactments. I don't know anything about baseball, other than the Brewers suck and always will forever be one of the only teams that have never won a World Series. I've recreated a couple of Aaron Rodgers Hail Marys in Madden before. That was actually pretty easy. ...2011 one, the wall kind of sticks out. I'll have to check that one. I think that the 2011 version for NR might have been after they updated the infield. Mark Martin would have had a way better shot of going further in the chase that year. That great 2009 season if he didn't get clipped and flip in that fall Talladega race. Oh, we didn't do it a third time in a row. Darn it.
The yellow flag is out.
I'll never forget that that fall Talladega race. The same one where Newman and Mark flipped in the same race. That particular day, I was hanging out with a friend's house. Obviously we were in school. That was like what, October, November? No, that was October of 2009. So it would have been my junior year in high school. I was hanging out with a buddy since it was the weekend. Couldn't really hang out during the weekdays since it was all about school and homework and all that crap. Weekends was hanging out with buddies. So back around then, I wasn't watching as much NASCAR as I probably should have, because I was trying to have a social life as a kid. But I remember my dad picked me up from my friend's house later that day, and he watched the race, because that was back when he actually still watched NASCAR. That was back when actually a decent chunk of the general public still watched NASCAR, believe it or not. And he just recapped me on the race. He told me about the Newman wreck, how there's a crazy flip. He was kind of stuck upside down for like 5-10 minutes, and then they finally got him out. He was fine. And yeah, I remember sitting in the car on the way home. I was like, "Oh man, that sounds crazy. Like I got to get home and see the replay of that." And then I remember, like, I vividly remember kind of sarcastically saying, I was like, "Oh, did any other flips? Anyone else roll over?" And then, yeah, to my surprise, he's like, "Oh yeah, there's I think one other one, I think." And I was like, "What?" Then yeah, that was the same race where Mark flipped as well a few laps later after the restart. His wasn't quite as spectacular, because it wasn't a blowover. He didn't tumble multiple times. He didn't do that crazy 360, and he wasn't stuck upside down. But yeah, he still flipped nonetheless. Meanwhile, we continue to try this one. All these futile attempts. Yeah, I gotta finish up that Austin Dillon wreck one of these days. After this one, we'll take another peek at the track settings some more. Did we ever figure out for sure who that third car that kind of got airborne in this particular race was? Pressley did his little crazy 360 in the opening laps. Earnhardt flipped in the closing laps. And somewhere in the middle, I think there's another car that kind of was floating backwards, airborne down the backstretch, but never flipped over. Did Ward Burton's flip in 1995. I don't know if I've ever tried that one before. I can definitely try it. Nope. See, the downshift didn't work. It just shredded the transmission instead. Didn't properly spin me out, and I just clobbered the inside wall instead. Yeah, Reigns, I think, was the 2001 race. Jeez, what a hit. That was like Danica in 2012, basically. I was like right at the same spot too. Someone needs to make a compilation of a lot of the flips that or a lot of the races that had multiple flips. 2016 Talladega.
Drivers, start your
There's this one.
engines.
There's that one Sonoma race where Ken Schrader and Steve Park, I think, tumbled in the same turn. So in a surprisingly decent amount of races that had multiple flips. I'm sure there's a lot early on. It might have been Greg Sachs I'm thinking of. That kind of sounds familiar. Where's the 20 car? Let's see if that scheme looks familiar. Where's the 20 car? Or is it not even in this field? The 20 car isn't even in this field. Oh, someone did that already. Oh. Great minds think alike. Yeah, those are the three I can think of off the top of my head. I'm sure there's been way, way more. Oh yeah, the 2009 one, obviously. Yeah, 2009, there was... For Talladega, there was 3 flips that year. The spring race was the infamous Carl Edwards, Brad Keselowski finish. That one I do remember watching live. I did watch that one live. As well as the full Xfinity race the day prior where Kenza took his tumble. Mike Kansas. Hey, what's up, Danny? Danny B talks, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we almost did that crazy glitch flip again. That one looked decent. We'll have to take a look at the replay, see if we got as airborne as we should have. Let's get the car straightened out to the inside wall.
You all right?
Maybe. Just maybe.
Looks like we lost that motor.
Go subscribe to Danny B if you aren't already. I'm sure most of you are. Was that anywhere close to getting as airborne as we should have? Nope. Still. We're getting really airborne, but we're not quite flipping and doing that twisting 360. I don't know if we're just limited to NR's physics. Just physics limitations. I mean, that one's pretty good, but it's still not perfect. Yeah, 2005. Yeah, that Martin crash shouldn't be overlooked. That really hurt his standings in the chase after that, in an otherwise spectacular year he was having when no one expected him to contend going into it. 2005 had 3 races with 2 flips. Oh yeah, the Daytona one, that had Chaffin and... No. Wasn't Rick Crawford 2004 when he had his tumble? I was thinking of the truck race at Daytona. Everyone thinks I'm in this encyclopedia of wrecks. I swear I don't remember them all. I swear I'm human. Do I save this one or do I keep going? I don't know. Wide shot, full speed. That one didn't look as bad as I thought it did. Oh, Crawford was 2005. Okay, so the two of the Daytona Speed Weeks races had races with 2 flips each. What was the third one? You know what? Let's go ahead and save that one. Why not? Full speed. That kind of doesn't look as bad. So yeah, we'll save it. And I come to rest in about the same spot, facing the right way, so that little detail's good. Alright, so it was Greg Sachs was the third car that got airborne in this race. That's what I thought. That name sounds right. Yeah, Whitmer flipped. I know that in the 2005 Daytona. But, someone said there was 3 races in 2005 that had 2 flips. I don't think there was a second flip in the... Oh, yeah, it was, what was it, the Fall Talladega for 2005? Was that the same one that had Waltrip and Scott Riggs? Am I remembering that correctly? I'm going to let this go a little bit longer, because I might actually end up using this one.
You're smoking out there.
Yeah, I know I need to stand the thing up a little more, but I just don't know if there's much more I can do as far as getting it all the way up and over with the NR limitations. I know I've seen crashes where they get like a way better full-on 360. Yeah, Mikey and Scott Riggs. There we go. The Stenhouse one that everyone keeps referring to, I believe that was 2008? The ARCA race at Dega, and I believe, or yeah, I reenacted that one already. The 360 in this one wasn't perfect. The only reason I'm saving it is because every other detail basically was perfect. The slam down on the rear suspension, like he slams down in basically the right spot. He spins around. I come to rest at basically the right spot. Yeah, I know the 360 itself wasn't perfect, but Robert Pressley, flip attempt two. All right, let's try it. Keep going.
Restart.
Drivers, start your engine.
I've tried reenacting the Riggs flip, but I think I've just done that once. On that note, one that I might have to try doing soon. I don't think I've ever done a single part trying to recreate Mikey's wreck from that same race. Now that we got the 2005 mod from Splash and Go with that super sexy damage model, I might have to try Mikey's flip from that 2005. What was that, the UAW 500? Was that the spring race? Was it the spring or the fall? I can't remember.
Let him by. Stay behind the 46 car on the inside line.
Probably another, like, couple of tenths or so. I'm going to take a quick break, and then we'll go on for another hour, hour and a half or so.
Going green. 8 cars in. Stay behind
18
the 46
Elmer
car
Roller wreck.
on the inside line.
That's a pretty famous finish to a 500 I could try. I did try that, though. I remember I did try Can I Recreate. I don't know if that's iconic enough to where I need to do a bunch of parts trying to recreate it, but maybe at least another one. Tried part 2 of the Ricky Rudd challenge. That's right. That's a. See, there's all these ones I tried once and just never got a good one, and just never came back to it like years later. So. Steve Park's Pocono flip. I did that one, I believe I did that one. It's probably not perfect, especially since that was one of my earlier ones. It's probably definitely not perfect, but I think I gotta do something. Oh yeah, I still need to do the Jimmy Horn. That's the one I want to try. Is the getting the car to friggin' go over the damn wall at Talladega. Oh, I'm gonna flip. There we go.
Yellow flag is out. There's too much debris on the
I Rusty Wallace again. Jeez, just the sounds. I've done 2 of Steve Park's roles reenacted. Sonoma and Pocono. See, cranking the wheel to the right and holding the brakes every now and then, that will happen to where the car will kind of set down on its left side and just kind of stay there until it hits the grass and digs in. Alright, one more attempt. I'm going to take a quick break, hit the bathroom, see if I can crack my back that's starting to stiffen up right now. Then we'll be back. We'll try maybe switching around a few more settings and go for like another at least hour or so. Oh yeah, that's another race with multiple flips, as Blue Power pointed out. That 93 Talladega race that had, I believe that was the fall one, that had Jimmy Horton and Neil Bonnet flip in the same race. Then I believe it was Talladega earlier that year, was the Rusty Wallace, the crazy one coming across the finish line. I've talked about this with my close buddies. I'm sure there's been like some documentaries made about it. I think there's a couple kind of related to the subject, but not exactly what I'm talking about. Like those early 90s, like 92, 93, like particularly 93, 94, 95, like those few years were just absolutely terrifying for super speedway races. I mean, that was right at the, like that was after they kind of slowed them back down after that 87 incident, but they were starting to get back up there in speed again to where they're just kind of taking off like in every single race. And you had a bunch of tragedies going on then too. You had Neil Bonnet and Rodney Orr getting killed in Speed Weeks in 94. The year prior, I know it wasn't on-track incidents, but you had Alan Kawicki and Davey Allison losing their lives. Art and Senna in 94. Just all those crazy airborne wrecks. Cars literally leaving the track, going over the wall at Talladega in 93. Yeah, that was scary, scary time for NASCAR super speedway racing. Those early 90s, like particularly 93 and 94. Same thing.
The yellow flag is out. There's too much debris on the track.
Same thing. Like, I can reenact my own wrecks perfectly, but I can't reenact the damn wreck I'm trying to do. Schrader and Craven, both of the ones you're talking about, I believe I've tried once each. Ricky Craven's one where he tumbled up the banking and off the catch fence at Dega 96, and then Schrader's tumbled down the backstretch at Dega the previous year. See that one, like that, if I could have spun around, like right there, that's, I don't know, going from that and then to land, I'd say that was close to a flip, but it's happened more than 3 times. It happened 2 times now, and then at least 2 times before in a row, so it's at least 4 times now this flip has happened, where I go up, land on my left side, kind of sit there for a couple seconds, then dig in. Alright, that being said, I'm going to go take a quick break. Gotta hit the bathroom real quick. I'm going to try to stretch and crack out my back. That right here, like my lower vertebrae in this chair, it just feels like they start just fusing together, just like smushed together. I know I've rambled about this in previous streams, but those inversion tables, whatever they're called, that strap you by your feet and kind of dangle you upside down to supposedly decompress your spine. I need one of those. I swear that I always got this lower back pain, and just that's exactly what I envision relieving it, is kind of just stretching out and uncompressing my spine. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling about back pain. I'm going to go get my intermission done with quickly so we can be back for you guys shortly here. And like I did yesterday, I'm going to leave you guys with a super slow-mo of this wreck for you guys to enjoy. I'm going to turn off the face cam while we're doing this really quick. All right, I will be right back. Thanks so much for tuning in, ladies and gents. We will be back very briefly. Oop. There we go. Fear not, I have returned. Let's get our face cam back. And there we go. Hey, we're back. Bring our chat back up. Alright, let's try this again. I don't know if we even need to change anything. Does anyone have any suggestions of what we could try to the track INI file that we haven't already? I don't want to turn the roof flaps off. That's one detail I want to keep in there. I don't want to have to turn the roof flaps off. I'd rather edit one of the attempts we've already got than try to get closer by turning the roof flaps off. So yeah, we'll stream for maybe another hour or so. And we'll find someone to raid on Twitch. I'm starting to get hungry, so I apologize if I maybe break it off a little bit sooner just so I can get some food, but I got some salad fixins in my fridge calling my name. Got my 50-50 mix with the spring mix and then spinach. Got some red peppers to cut up. Some nice plain seasoned croutons. Got some shaved Parmesan and Romano cheese. And this delicious, like garlic and Parmesan oil dressing I've been using. Myself a nice salad, which is probably more unhealthy than a burger or a pizza or a steak by the time I get done with all the delicious fixins on it. Alright, let's see if we can't get any closer. We just need to get a little bit more up in the air before I'm comfortable editing one of these attempts. Ricky Stenhouse almost up in the air. Maybe, perhaps.
The yellow flag is
Get
out.
closer to that infield. Get closer to the infield. Oh, not as close to the infield as I should be.
You all right?
That one's probably not any closer then. Yeah, that one's not any closer than any of the other ones I've saved. Ugh. Sorry, itchy foot. Does anyone have any suggestions what we could do with the track file?
Drivers, start your engines.
So we've cranked the wind up, we've cranked the temperature down. It says the default wind direction is northwest and it's set to 360. So if it resets to 0 and then goes to 190, or goes to 90, you'd think that would be northeast from northwest. Another 90 degrees would be. Does that make sense? So if I've done my math correct, I believe we've got the wind facing the right direction, where it's blowing like down the backstretch, like at oncoming traffic. Yeah, I don't know what else we can do aside from just keep trying, keep chugging along. Oh, drive-through is streaming now. You know we'll be raiding him. So yeah, when it comes time to raid, all you dual platform users who have both YouTube and Twitch accounts, I'll suggest y'all hop on your Twitch account so we can go partake in the raiding of my good bud DT. Imagine being the first DNF of a race by doing a friggin' 360 flip in the air. I think he was the first DNF of this race. It was like literally 5 or 10 minutes into the broadcast, so I don't think we were even into double-digit laps by that point. I didn't like really rotate though. I feel like I got a little bit higher up in the air that time, but I didn't quite rotate, if that makes sense. Imagine flipping on the first lap. Imagine flipping after the start-finish line. Rusty Wallace, Dario Franchitti, where are you at? Oh, that was kind of going good. Like right there. I feel like it's like the most like nose to tail up and down I've been so far, but then instead of twisting around, he kind of did that weird backwards set back down. Damn it. God damn it, Bobby.
Drivers, start your engines.
I hate to say this, guys, but I only might make it to the top of the hour. It's because I'm getting so hungry. I don't know if I can make it more than a half an hour. If I recreated the flip in 2012 with the ARCA race at Kansas. Chad Boat, and no, I haven't, but that's a good one to try. I think I started painting that at one point, but then I ran out of resources. I couldn't find any more detailed pictures. If anyone has that scheme, they could send me yours. Some good pictures. I could paint it myself.
Stay behind the 46 car on the inside line. Get ready now. Going green.
Kansas has had some crazy wrecks over the years.
Stay behind the 46 car on the inside
I know I'm not
line.
the first one pointing that out, but
Green flag, green flag. Green, green, green.
they've had an Xfinity flip there last year. We had an ARCA blowover there in 2012. We've had all the crazy big hits in the meantime in the Cup Series. Danica loved that track. Same track as where she had that wicked wreck where Almirola got hurt, where Logano blew his brake caliper or whatever happened and clipped her head on into the wall. That was the same track where a few years earlier she crashed out in the very first lap, first turn of the race in that pink car she had. It's also the same track where she tried to take out Landon Castle and ended up eating herself. Yeah, Danica did not have a good relationship with Kansas. Oh, we Rusty Wallaced it.
The yellow flag is out. There's too much debris on the track.
We Rustied it. Well, that one was a bit more realistic. We didn't just sit there floating on our left side for like seconds. Kind of just tipped over and started tumbling. That was a pretty realistic looking wreck, all things considered. Let's take a look at what that might have looked like from the spectator's vantage point. Yeah, we might have to edit one of the ones we've already got saved.
Your engines.
Yeah, if Landon Castle retires with that being his career highlight, that'll be amazing. that quote. Danica's best Cup Series finish came at Kansas. That's ironic. So yeah, she did not have a good relationship with that track.
Whoa, slow down.
How many cars have gotten airborne there over the years?
Stay behind the 46 car on the inside line.
I mean,
Let him by.
yeah, Almirola had his big wreck there, was that 2017, I believe.
His car's in.
He got up in the air.
Stay behind the 46 car.
I think it was next year where Byron was up on top of Newman's hood. It was a couple years after that is when Freese had his crazy wreck there last year where he nailed that inside wall, got up on his side. Such a scary track. Let's get a few more cars in front of me so I can be closer to around 15th. Alright, I was hoping I wouldn't get clipped by Ward Burton there. He did not clip me. And I'm socially distancing right now. Social distancing, there's not a car around me, which kind of looks goofy for the replay. I gotta get caught up to someone. Here we go. Here we go. All right.
The yellow flag is out.
Turn the other way. Turn the other way. That one might have been okay. We'll have to
You all right?
take a look.
You blew the engine.
All right. Let's take a look. Was this one any better than any of the other ones we've saved? Maybe, kind of, not really. It didn't rotate. Yeah, Alfredo flipped at Kansas. Yeah, that was last year. I didn't rotate, though. I need to rotate. Like, I need to start basically nose downward, like facing straight up and down, and then end up with the car facing forward by the time I land. I think some of my previous ones have done that. Yeah, the one's not any closer than any of the ones I've saved already.
Your engines!
I don't even know if I can make it to the top of the hour, guys. I'm starting to get really hungry. I haven't eaten since like before noon. And it is now almost 9 p.m. Going on 9 p.m. my time. I'll see how I'm feeling in like 10 minutes from now or so, but might have to end this stream just a little bit earlier than I wanted to, just so I can fill my belly with a salad.
Whoa, slow down. Stay behind the
A super unhealthy salad, but a salad nonetheless. So I leftover pizza. Nah, you can have that. I got my own stuff. I went to the grocery store earlier.
Let him by. Get ready now. Going green. His car's in. Stay behind the 46 car on the inside line.
I'll keep going, but yeah, I might.
Green flag.
If I end it unexpectedly, it seems like out of the blue, it's because I'm getting very hungry. I need to go get some dinner soon. It's actually just because I want to raid DT so badly. Yeah, Danica did get a little airborne. When she hit the wall after Elgato clipped her. I think she got a couple tires off the ground. Danica's been airborne a lot in her career. $208. Oh man, we're booking. Don't check up. Why are you checking up? Oh, I'm still not rotating. Do I need to do a different method? Because I've been doing the same.
The yellow flag is out.
Been doing the same method of cranking my wheel to the right and hitting the brakes.
Drivers, start your engines.
Okay, top 3 bass players of all time. Well, I can give you my personal. I don't know too much about the bass world to give like an actual list, but my personal 3 favorite would probably be. The top is obviously Getty. 2 might have to be Les. I honestly don't know who a 3 would be. Those are my top 3, Getty and Les. There's no third.
Stay behind the 46 car on the inside line. Let him by.
I don't know, let me think through all the bands I listen to. I'm sure I'll have a third in there somewhere.
8 cars in. Stay
Put the
behind
car into first gear.
on the inside
Okay,
line.
I'll try that. Oh, I misshifted. Alright, I'm gonna try first gear this time instead of reverse. When am I gonna end the stream? Probably soon-ish. You don't have to stay till the end, you can go anytime. No one's obligated to see this thing through. You guys are free to filter in and out at your leisure. Yeah, I'm just trying process of elimination. I'm trying to pick apart all the variables to see what's can get me closer to the proper mid-air car movement. Shoot, get off the apron. There we go. Alright, right off the turn. First gear. First. That was better. Is that what I was doing earlier in the stream?
The yellow flag is out.
Did I just forget to keep shifting into first and start doing reverse instead? Let me see what that one looks like. Better. Still just need to get a little bit. Let's try. Yeah, it's definitely first gear is better than reverse.
Drivers, start your engines.
If this doesn't work, I might have to make some weather adjustments. I do not disagree with that, but yeah, first gear helped the rotation, so first gear is definitely good. So first gear, crank the wheel to the right, hold the brakes. That seems good for the rotation. It's just a matter of just need to get the car just a little bit more airborne and just a little bit closer to being upside down before I'm gonna have one that I'm comfortable with saying, yes, that looks awesome. I want to edit that and push that out, put that out as a finished product. Yeah, maybe just a little bit colder temperature, maybe just a little bit more speed, maybe up the wind, but I'm not gonna say bad. That game was fun, but yeah, it ran its course. It ran its course. try first gear again. Try going a little bit faster, maybe spin a little bit quicker. There should be a list of NASCAR drivers that have flipped on the first lap. The only one I can think of off the top of my head is Steve Park at Pocono. That was the first lap, right? I think. I like how yesterday I was trying to find Pontiacs on the track and couldn't. Now, right now, I'm surrounded by Pontiacs. The 43 back there's Pontiac, the 30 is, the 18 is. Oh. We almost did another tippy flip that time.
The yellow flag is out.
Old tippy flip. I'm going to trademark that phrase. Oh, no. Stop going back on the track. That one's kind of ruined. It was kind of close-ish, but yeah, I landed on my left side instead of slamming down at the rear. All right, if I'm being completely honest, we're probably just going to try like 3 more. I need some food. I am hungry and I need a salad. I need some spinach and lettuce and carrots and peppers drizzled with some garlic and Parmesan oil and some croutons and some shredded Parmesan cheese. There's 2 who flipped at the Glen. I know that wasn't that Troy Williams, is that his name? I think of that dude that flipped in the S's or coming out of the S's in like the early 2000s, I want to say. Who was the other one? Because there was that famous one where you had a giant stack of cars coming up out of the S's in that blind spot, and they keep compiling in. Yeah, what's the other one? Another Xfinity Series race at Watkins Glen, where a car flipped on the first lap. Trying to think of another one aside from... By the way, that Troy Williams one I want to do, but I don't think a car set exists for that, because that was like the Busch East or Busch West or something. That same Glen race had a flip no one remembers. Well, yeah, I haven't heard of that, so. Is there any footage of it? Maybe that's why no one remembers it. If it wasn't captured on the broadcast or a replay. All right, first gear, crank the wheel to the right, hold the brakes. That time I didn't get as high up in the air as I probably should have. Reenacting Harvick spinning out Busch. That I could try. I might have to have might have to be Ben be Busch though. I don't know if the AI could properly pull off the 360 and keep going that Busch did. Only aftermath footage available. Maybe that's why no one knows about it or remembers it, because it wasn't actually captured. That was 2002, right? I want to say. Yeah, that one would be really fun to try. It's right after a restart. It's on the first lap. Just turn the panic decel to 0. cause a spin like near the front of the field, coming up the S's in the Glen, and just enjoy the AI come piling in. But I don't think there's a car set for that particular series or that year that that wreck happened in. Because everyone's seen that clip. Anyone that's been watching NASCAR for years or has seen their fair share of crash comps on YouTube has seen that one of that spin coming up the S's at the Glen, and all his cars just come piling in, and then a few go airborne, and then one kind of cartwheels up over the bunch of cars and tumbles over the wall. Shoot! Didn't mean to do that. I might have to keep these same track settings and see who try to do that Greg Sachs flip from the same race. Ron Hornaday flipped. You mentioned that. I am working on a video with that exact wreck. That's kind of one of my reenactments of what they might have looked like, because I have a decent amount of details, and I found some aftermath photos as well as the video aftermath stuff talking about it. I think I have a good idea what happened. I got a good wreck replay saved. I just need to CCM stuff, CCM some stuff, or I should say free cam now. Write a script. And that might be a video in the near future.
The yellow flag is out.
Was the time Hornaday rolled his truck in '97 at the Glen. Because that was going into the second to last turn. Because there's like only one or two aftermath photos of the truck just destroyed. And based on how the photo was taken, I could not for the longest time tell what corner it was, but I finally was able to figure out he was in the sand trap in that left-hand turn after the straightaway, after the carousel. I remember that the Greg Sachs. I know there's a Greg Sachs flip coming up the S's at the Glen. I think I tried to. Can I recreate what it might have looked like for that one as well? Thought about iRacing reactors? I have. Yeah, there's like one picture of the aftermath of Hornaday's truck, and yeah, the thing got pretty smushed. It's like right up against the foam blocks at the end of the sand trap in that left-hand turn. They say his brakes went out, so I'm assuming he was coming into that straightaway, realized he didn't have brakes, locked it up, or started swerving or something, trying to slow the car down, maybe got the thing sideways going into the sand trap. And then the thing probably just dug in sideways, tumbled a few times, and ended up near the end of the sand trap. That's what I'm speculating happened, because they said he lost his brakes, and the thing dug in and flipped, so, I mean, put two and two together. He probably did like a Bubba or a Jimmy at Pocono, where at the end of that long straightaway, they lost their brakes and kind of started panicking and trying to swerve their car back and forth really quickly, try to scrub off speed, and he probably did just that going into that sand trap, got the thing in there sideways, and the thing probably just dug in and tumbled. I think I've found that same flip drop. Oh, what are you doing, 43? We're good. Alright, last attempt here, and then we'll do a backwards big one, then we're going to raid DT. That was close to flipping over at the end right there.
The yellow flag is out.
That one actually might not have been half bad, because I know...
You all right?
I know he kind of bounced really hard and kind of kept rolling.
Looks like we lost that motor. The pace cars in turn 1.
Are you talking about how many flips there have been? Someone say 429? Wow. I thought we were, because that's like really close. I thought someone asked, it's like almost at exact numbers, my record for my peak concurrent for a live stream. Alright, so I'm going to save this one, and then we'll take a look at the replays. We'll milk the stream for the next 5 minutes so we can get past the 2 hours. It's been 400 something flips in NASCAR history. I've recreated maybe 30 or 40 of them. Steve Grissom at Atlanta. That's another one I want to try. Because now that we got the amazing 97 damage model. Or with this mod. Damage model with this mod in the 97 cars. Just cause a little spin in the back of the field and come plowing into that opening. It's kind of good that they reconfigured that, because that opening at that old configuration of Atlanta on the backstretch, that was dangerous as hell. All right, Robert Pressley flip attempt 3. All right, let's go take a look at the replays. Larson in 2013 was not considered a flip. That one wasn't, but I am fully on the train that Tony Stewart's 2012 wreck was a flip. I will die on that hill. The reason, the optical illusion that it gives off that he might not have flipped is just because he was so far up on that banking. But if you look at his car and like the roof in comparison to the road, not like the level horizon, but the banking of the track itself, he was basically like almost fully upside down for a very split second. But that's just me. I'm not going to make that judgment call. All right, so this is the first one I saved. Nothing really stands out to me. Maybe the second one's a little bit better. The height's all right. I don't get quite as airborne as I want to, and I don't twist around. All right, here's the second one. And the game crashed. Game didn't want you seeing that. There we go. Let's try that again. Flip attempt 2. That one I rotate back more. This one I like better because I rotate more. And I end up pointing the car the right way. 2 is definitely the winner so far. Now the question is, do you want me to try another part, or do you just want me to edit them? Because I can probably get these looking pretty damn good after editing them, but I mean, if we're looking for the exact flip being perfect, I mean, we're never going to get perfect, but I mean, I can edit them and make them look pretty good. But yeah, so far 2 is the winner. And here's 3. No, yeah, 2 is the winner, I think. So I guess we'll get a gauge in the chat. Do you want me to edit 2 or do yet another live stream and yet another part where we might not get it? Or do you just want me to bite the bullet and realize, hey, the flip itself might not be 100% perfect, but it's close enough, and after editing, I can probably get it to look pretty darn good. So it's up to you guys. I'll get a gauge in the live chat now. I'll probably do a little poll in the comments as well, but yeah, 2 is definitely the best as far as the saved ones. All right, so it looks like 2/3 of the people are saying edit, and like 1/3 of the people are saying do another live stream. Number two, edit, do another one, pick two. All right. Because it looks really similar. A really, really close flip to this one was Earnhardt the following year, Junior, in the Xfinity race. And if you go back and watch, that was another one of my earlier reenactments. Maybe that's like my first 15 or 20. It was alright, but it kind of looks like the same to this. I never really get quite upside down. I kind of just lift the back end up and then spin around. So it's not going to look any better or worse than that Junior reenactment that I did way back when, but it'll look, I can probably get it to look way better editing-wise. So, if you guys thought my Junior reenactment way back when looked alright, this should probably look good, if not, way better. Alright, you know what time it is. I can't hear you. What time is it, folks? 3 letters. B. O. And thank you again for everyone tuning in on YouTube and Twitch, whatever your preferred platform might be. By the way, we're gonna go, speaking of Twitch, we're gonna go raid DT here in a sec, so if you are a dual platform user and you got a Twitch account, go pop over to Twitch if you want to partake in the raid. Alright, we're slowing down, so we want to get them right as they're coming out of the turn. Here we go. Let's get Gordon. Oh, beautiful. Direct hit. They are piling in. The track is blocked. They are still wrecking. Boyer's on fire. That's a pretty good one. Wasn't all the cars. Wasn't everyone, but... Oh, Jeff! Did you see what happened to Jeff? He got stuck in the catch fence. Oh my goodness, Jeff. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that was a hell of a... That's a hell of a replay. And boom. Oh. I've actually done a backwards big one crash compilation. It surprisingly didn't get that many views, even though it's 2 or 3 years old now. I think it got maybe 4 or 5K to date, which it's all right, but I don't know if you're a YouTube channel with mid 5-figure subs, you'd hope that your content is getting more than just 4,000 or 5,000 views after 3 years. But some content is more popular than others. Alrighty, if anyone wants to partake in the raid of DT, I'm gonna go do that. I'll leave you guys at a good freeze frame right here. Let's get Gordon. There we go. Here's a good freeze frame. Because once I start clicking onto the Twitch window, NR is gonna pause. All right. So we are gonna raid, cue the outro music, and then call it a night. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Tomorrow is Packer game, so I can't guarantee I'll be streaming on here. Depending on what time I get home, I'm going to try to do one on Twitch. I've been wanting to stream Wreckfest on there forever. I've got a good PC that can actually handle playing that and streaming at good quality now, so we'll see what happens tomorrow night. Go Pack Go. Let's go pop open the raid thing and raid DT. He's playing GeoGuessr, so we're going to have a change of pace from reenacting some historic crashes to playing some guessing games with maps. So if you want to go partake in that raid, pop on over to my Twitch. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time. Let's pop open the outro music here. All right, thanks everyone for tuning in. Hope to catch you all next time. Until then, hope you all have a great rest of your night. Peace. Bye.